जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome to you all on this special episode which is going to talk about Krishna as a supreme father. Tomorrow being Father's Day, everybody will thank their father. So we are taking this as an opportunity to thank our eternal father, Lord Krishna. Because Krishna had promised, or Krishna had communicated that he is the father of all living entities in Bhagavad Gita. In 9th chapter, there is one specific verse which says, Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitramokaram rak sama yajurevacha. Pitahamasya jagataha. I am the father of all living entities within this world. Mata, I am the mother. Dhata, I am the maintainer. Pitamaha, I am the grandsire. Vedyam pavitra monkaram. I am the object of knowledge, Vedyam. And pavitra monkaram, I am that Onkara, the purifier. And Rik Sama Yajurevacha. I am also the Rik Veda, Sama Veda and Yajurveda. So in this perspective, we can understand what is the position of the Lord. He is saying he is the father. Pitaha. He is the mother. He is the maintainer. Dhata, supporter. And he is Pitamaha, even great grandfather. And what are his roles? Various things what he has accepted in this world. Next further he says, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Shakshi Nivasaha Sharanam Suhrut Prabhavaha Pralayasthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. He is saying he is the Gatihi. He is the goal. Bharta, he is the sustainer. Prabhu, he is the master. Sakshi, he is the witness. Nivasaha, he is the shelter or abode. Sharanam, he is the refuge. Suhrut, he is the well-wisher or most intimate friend. Prabhavaha Pralayasthanam, he is the for creation, maintenance and dissolution. Nidanam Bijam Avyam, he is the resting place and he is the eternal seed. So in these various ways he is managing this material world. In various ways he is supporting all the living entities in various perspectives. This is that uniqueness of Lord Krishna. And 14th chapter also he says, there is one specific verse he says, Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtayaha sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonir aham bija pradah pitaha. He is saying Sarva yonishu kaunteya, of all species, of all categories of species, Murtayaha Sambhavantiyaha, of all that is possible within this material world. Tasam Brahma Mahadyonir. I am the cause of all the living entities which is made possible in this material world by material nature. Aham Bija Pradah Pitaha. I am the seed giving father. So all living entities are related in the way as if they are like sons of the Lord. Aham Bija Pradaha. I am the seed giving father. So Krishna has accepted himself as a position as a father and he is providing the maintenance of all living entities. Now if we understand the position of the Lord, then we can understand some other technical things which Krishna had explained in Bhagavad Gita. So I just wanted to focus upon that unique aspect is that unique aspect of Lord Krishna which he had promised for his devotees. There are about, I tried to do around 9 specific promises I had come across. There are many more, but today I am going to focus upon these 9 specific promises which Krishna had executed or which Krishna had assured for his devotees in Bhagavad Gita. The first one starts with 9.22 Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I support what they have, I preserve what they have, and I support what they lack. Ananya shintayanto mam yejana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananya shintayanto mam means for those who are unalloyedly thinking of me, chintayantaha, contemplating, meditating upon me, chintayanto mam, thinking of me alone. Ananyas, without any deviation, those who are thinking about me. Yejana paryupasate, those people who are engaged in my service, in that specific way of devotional service. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam, it's not that they have engaged once in a while they think of me, no. Tesham, those people, nityabhiyuktanam, always in that mode, always thinking of me without any deviation. Yogakshemam vahamyaham, I take care of, I preserve what they have and I secure what they lack. This is the promise what Krishna had done towards his devotees. So there are many stories in this perspective, many angles wise Krishna had proved that he is the maintainer, that he supports his devotees. This is that specific story of one devotee by name Narsi Mehta, who was very famous in Gujarat province, a great devotee of Lord Krishna. It is said he is incarnation of Muchakunda, a great personality who had met the Lord and he wanted an opportunity to engage in the devotional service. So he came back as Narsi Mehta. There was one famous song composed by Narsi Mehta called as Vaishnava Janato, which is very popular. And he is very famous for his Kedar Rag. Whenever he sings in that raga, Lord becomes enchanted. So this specific story is when Narsi Mehta was in his younger days, he was staying with his family. Mother passed away, they were under their grandmother's care. Elder brother and his wife, he and his wife and their children. So elder brother was having a big business, he was a rich man, he was taking care of the family. The younger ones are like Narsi Mehta and his wife, because whole day he was only singing about the Lord, he was not doing any activity. So the sister-in-law was always angry at Narsi Mehta. She always used to rebuke he and his wife for not engaging in the family or not supporting the family, or simply they are like overburdening the family, they are just eating on the brother's financial incomes. So there was one practice, the Shraddha ceremony for their parents, the elder brother used to do. So one specific year, the sister-in-law was complaining to the Narsi Mehta's wife, every year we have been spending, and your husband, who doesn't do any work, simply loiters around the street singing like a madman, and you don't take care of him, you don't put him back to proper system. So you this time, like she was criticizing them for not supporting the family or not taking up the responsibilities. So Narsi Mehta's wife could not tolerate the blasphemy. She assured the elder one that this year they will do the Shraddha ceremony. So she came back home, informed Narsi Mehta about the situation. Narsi Mehta was very happy because he got an opportunity to serve all the Vaishnavas, everyone. So he was engaging in, he was very glad for this proposal. Then wife started saying, "We are very glad, okay, but how do you take care? We are very poor." And Narsi Mehta was over excited. He went to every house in the village. He invited everyone to come to the Shraddha ceremony. So wife became even more tensed. Or you have invited whole village. How will you take care? We have to feed them. We have to give at least a proper reception. So she was very there was no ingredients in the house. How will you take care of the situation? So she informed. She gave her golden bangles. She said, "Go, please sell these bangles. Whatever money comes," she gave a list of items. "At least we will give them a good meal when they come home." So he went, sold that bangles for a good price. With that money, he had procured various items, and he came back. When he handed over the items, in that there was one item that was missing, that was ghee. So wife said, without a ghee, what will I cook? All the ingredients are there. Without that cooking base, how I will be able to cook? Go faster and get the ghee. So he went to the market. Because all the money was exhausted, he could not have money for that ghee. So he went to the first shop person. He said, my dear sir, please give me the best quality ghee. Today I don't have money, but very soon I will be able to give you the money. So the shopkeeper who wants to intelligently avoid, he knows because he is a person who just thinks without no financial responsibility. So he said, sir, my dear sir, because you are a very good man, I am informing you, I don't have a good quality ghee. Please go for elsewhere. I don't want to cheat you. And indirectly he is saying he doesn't want to give the ghee. So he went to the next shop wala, then all the shop walas are also there trying to avoid. So like that program was about to start, there was no cooking ingredients and everybody were about to come. Wife was in so much anxiety. Narsi Mata was here trying for the ghee, but he could not get the ghee. In the meantime, seeing the situation, then there was one person who was from a village who was selling outside the market under a tree the ghee. He went to him and he had asked, my dear sir, what is the value of ghee? If you can give me, I will be able to give it back to you in the money in very near future. That person said, no problem sir, please take whatever you want. You can pay me later. Whatever you want, you can pay me later. But Narsi Mehta started bargaining, please fix the price. So seeing his seeing his situation, that villager said, okay sir, please do one thing, please sing one bhajan for me, then you can take whatever ghee you wanted. The Narsi Mehta thought this is a good opportunity, somebody has recognized his singing value. Then he started singing one bhajan after one bhajan, one bhajan after one bhajan. So many, he was so engrossed in singing. In the meantime, time was about to get ready. Then seeing the situation, Lord himself came as Narsi Mehta to the house. Then wife was asking, where is the ghee? I wanted the ghee for cooking. You have come empty handed. Then Narsi Mehta asked, why do you want the ghee? For cooking, please open the door. When she opened the door, she saw all the items are already cooked and kept, and of divine fragrance was coming out of the ingredients of all the cooking material and all. Then she said, how will you serve? He said, Narsi Mehta, today whoever comes to our house, we will serve them in golden plate. After that, they can eat and they can take away the plate itself. Then women who they come to their house, they will be given beautiful saris. So in that way, the whole information passed on that the Narsi Mehta is going to give golden plates and nice beautiful saris and all. The entire village came there. Everybody participated in the program, took their to their heart's content all the food what was served. They carried the golden plates, and women, they came there. They got beautiful saris. They went home. Everybody was very happy. The program finished, and wife was very happy that she asked the husband, with the two mangles, how are you able to procure so many golden plates and so many saris, all these things and all? Narsi Mehta said, don't worry, all these things and all, we'll talk after the program. So after the program, Narsi Mehta took leave that he had some urgent work to be settled and went away. Lord in the form of Narsi Mehta vanished. In the meantime, this original Narsi Mehta who was there at that ghee person bargaining, then immediately he remembered how the program must have got delayed and wife should be cursing him. If he goes home, everybody will be staring at him and he will be in a very peculiar situation, then feeling very fearful. He came home. As soon as he came home, he expected some shouting from his wife, but immediately wife came and fell down at his feet, offered obeisance, and she said, how is that possible? With two bangles, how you are able to get so much ingredients, so many golden plates and so many saris, all these things and all. Then Narsi Mehta could understand this is the mercy of the Lord. Lord had come to him and took care of the situation because he had that faith on the Lord, that Lord had assured that his devotees will be taken care of. That is the situation has been happened as handled by the Lord. Because this is what Lord had promised. And so then the next one was Etvan ahankaram na shokshasi vinakshasi. So this is one more promise. Mat chitta sarva durgani. If you are always conscious of me, mat chittaha sarva durgani, all problems in life, mat prasadat, by my mercy, tarishyasi, you will be able to cross over. Ata chetvan ahankaran, but out of ignorance, ahankaran, out of false ego. Ata chetvan, if you do not obey this instruction, but out of ignorance and out of false ego, if you think that you are the doer, na sroshyasi vinakshasi, you will be lost. So this is the second promise Krishna is saying. If you are always conscious of the Lord, and if you are contemplating on the Lord, and if you are waiting for the Lord to support you, by the mercy of the Lord, you will be able to cross over all the obstacles in our life. But if we think I am the doer, I am responsible for my results, then we are lost into the cycle. So this is the second promise which Krishna had done. Then there is a third promise which Krishna assures. Kshiparam bhavati dharmatma shashvak shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanehi name bhakta pranashyati. So kshiparam bhavati dharmatma. Kshipara means very fast. Bhavati, he becomes dharmatma, a righteous person. Shashvak shantim nigacchati, and he attains everlasting peace. Adhigacchati. Kaunteya pratijanehi. My dear Kaunteya, you can declare to the whole world. Pratijanehi. Nabe bhakta pranashyati. My devotee do not perish. This is the specific thing what Krishna is saying. He is asking Arjuna, oh Kaunteya, you declare to the world that my devotee never perishes. Because here Krishna is trying to update us. If Krishna assures something, there is every chance that he might not be able to oblige to that point. But if a devotee assures, Krishna is saying, I am very much assured that I am very much obliged to execute it. So that's why he is asking Arjuna to declare to the whole world. That if Arjuna declares that this whole system, then it is assured that Krishna will implement that system, because Krishna abides by the instructions of the devotees. So this is one pastime in Mahabharata we come across. Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield. Krishna had accepted the role of charioteer, but he has accepted the role of guide also for all the Pandavas. Whenever they are in dire situations, they approach the Lord, and Lord used to guide them. So one particular day, the fighting was happening for almost first 7-8 days. The enthusiasm, like Bhishma was trying to fight, but Duryodhana was seeing that Bhishma was not fighting to his fullest extent, because he was having that compassion towards his dear grandsons in the form of Pandavas. So Duryodhana wanted to incite that anger within Bhishma. He went to Bhishma and he started speaking in a way that Bhishma becomes very, like Kshatriyas, they become, with one word, they become very agitated. So he agitated him fully. You are very much attracted to your Pandavas, grandsons and all, that's why you are not fighting to your fullest extent. So Bhishma became very furious and he said, tomorrow morning, all the 5 brothers are going to die. And with this, he showed 5 specific arrows. These 5 arrows are for these 5 brothers. So Duryodhana became very happy, and tomorrow will be the end of the war, he thought, and he said, okay, I keep this arrow, give these arrows to me, I will keep them with me. So tomorrow morning you can collect it from me, because if these 5 arrows are there with you, anything might happen. So Bhishma Deva handed over the 5 arrows to Duryodhana. Duryodhana took that 5 arrows and went back to his room. Now Krishna could understand the entire play. He immediately updated Arjuna. See, once you had protected Duryodhana and his party from the Gandharvas. When they are camping in Kamyavana, there was fight between Gandharvas and Kauravas were defeated. Duryodhana was taken hostage by Gandharvas. So at that time, one of their commander-in-chief had come and requested Yudhishthira Maharaj to support and help. So Bhima was at that time criticizing that Duryodhana had received his punishment. But Yudhishthira said, no, when the fight is between both the brothers, it is 5 versus 100. But when it is the brothers versus outside people, it is 105. So we are all the same family. We should protect our brothers. So Bhima and Arjuna had gone there, they fought with the Gandharvas and they defeated the Gandharvas and they released Duryodhana there. So Duryodhana became very happy and he promised Arjuna that he will fulfill any benediction. Now Krishna reminded Arjuna that this is the opportunity for him, go and check with Duryodhana that benediction what he wanted to give. So Arjuna went to Duryodhana's place. Duryodhana respectfully invited him, gave him a seat, and after discussion said, what do you want? Then Arjuna said, one day you had promised me that you would like to give me one benediction. Duryodhana said, I remember, what do you want now? Do you want this war to be stopped? Do you want this Raja to be given back to you? All these things and all. That Arjuna said, no, I don't want any of things. I want the specific 5 arrows which were given by Bhishma Deva. So Duryodhana handed over that 5 arrows. He came back. Arjuna came back. Next day morning, Bhishma was asking Duryodhana for that 5 arrows and Duryodhana was silent. Now Bhishma could understand this is the trick of Lord Krishna. Because before starting of the war, Krishna had promised that he will not accept any weapon. That is the condition. So today, Bhishma took a vow. He said either Arjuna has to die or his dear friend Krishna has to accept a weapon and break his promise. The fighting went on very severely. Drastically, Arjuna was getting almost like defeated. So Krishna, understanding the situation, that better than breaking his promise, he wanted to keep the promise of his dear devotees, because Krishna had promised to Kunti Devi that all her 5 sons will be safely be brought back. And Bhishma is also a great devotee, and who is also has promised that either Arjuna has to die or Krishna had to break his promise and accept a weapon. He thought better than breaking his promise, protect Arjuna is first priority. So he picked up a wheel of a chariot and he started running towards Bhishma Deva. Arjuna was following him, catching his feet and requesting Krishna not to accept the weapon and break his vow. And Bhishma, as soon as he saw Lord approaching him with a chariot wheel, he put down all his arms and he invited the Lord, "My dear Lord, please come and slay me. There is no better opportunity than dying in your hands." At that particular point, the war got over, means that day's war was finished. So neither Arjuna died nor Bhishma's promise was also maintained, Arjuna was also maintained, and Krishna also took up his vow, or maintained his vow in a way that he accepted the weapon but he did not kill anyone. In that way, Krishna had taken up his promise and he had assured to his devotee that he will take care, and it has been done. That is the third promise what we see in Bhagavad Gita. Then fourth one we see in 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is for the specific devotees who practice devotional service. If they are sincerely following this Bhakti Yoga, Krishna says, "I am the swift deliverer. Yetu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha ananyenaiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate teshamaham samurdharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavamina chirah partha mayi aveshata chetasam." So here he says, "Yetu sarvani karmani." One who performs all his activities, sarvani karmani, mai sanyasya matparaha, accepting me as a superior, renowned, or engaging all the fruits of his activity towards my purpose, mai sanyasya matparaha, accepting me as a superior, ananyenaiva yogena, in a devotional service, unalloyed pure devotional service, if he engages, mam dhyayantaha upasate, if he engages always thinking about me, mam dhyayantaha, always meditating upon me, then tesham aham samurdharta, for those who are struggling, samudra artaha, in this ocean. Which is that ocean? Mrityu samsara sagarat. This is a cycle of ocean of birth and death. In that ocean, we are all struggling to cross this ocean. Bhavami na chirah partha. Bhavami, I come there. Chiraha, very soon, O partha. Mai aveshata chesam. For those who always think of me, I deliver them from this ocean of cycle of birth and death. Krishna says, I am the swift deliverer. So this is the fourth promise Krishna is assuring. For all those who sincerely practice this devotional service, he is a swift deliverer. So then further, in the fifth one, he says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam yevasi satyamte pratijane priyosime. So Krishna's fifth promise is Manmanaha, those who always think of me, bhava madbhaktaha, those who became his devotees, madhyaji, those who worship him, mam namaskuru, those who offer their respects unto me, mam yevashi satyamte, for those who practice it sincerely, truthfully, pratijane priyosime, for they will come to me without fail. I promise you, because you are my very dear friend. Pratijane priyosime, you are very dear to me. This is what I promise, pratijane, for my devotee who is very dear to me, because mam evashyasi satyamte, very soon they will approach me. So by sincerely practicing devotion service, Krishna is saying, very soon you will come back to me. Then further he says in the next point, in the next verse, he gives one more assurance. freedom from all sins. He says, Sarvadharman parityatya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyaha moksha ishyami masuchaha. So, sarva dharman parityatya, whatever dharmas, whatever systems we follow, parityatya, leaving them aside. Mam ekam, accepting me alone. Mam ekam sharanam vraja, accepting me alone and surrendering unto me alone. Aham tvam sarva papebhyaha, I will clear up all their sinful reaction. Moksha ishyami, I will liberate them. Ma suchaha, of this there is no doubt, no fear. So Krishna is saying, once we surrender unto the Supreme Lord, Lord is assuring that He will take care of all our sinful reactions and deliver. There is one great devotee by name Madhava Das, who is a great servant of Lord Chaitanya. So he used to serve the Lord in a very friendly way, very devoted way. So once he fell ill, and it was like such a severe disease, it was like diarrhea, means continuously loose motions were happening. He was so situated in such a way that he did not want to stay near the temple because the entire area becomes polluted. He could not, he thought, let me quit my body. The disease is so severe that let me go to the ocean side and let me finish my body there. He is staying in a secluded place, but there was one small boy who was coming and serving him. He was cleaning up his clothes, he was cleaning his body, he was putting scented oils, all these things and all. And the devotee could understand this was non-different from Lord Chaitanya who is coming and serving me. Then he prays to the Lord, my dear Lord, this is not your work. You are not supposed to clean all my stool and clean my body and all these things and all. But the Lord is saying, I am your dear Lord and you have been served me so nicely. Now, when you are in problem, how can I not serve you? But this is not fit for you. Then the Lord says, no, this is my job, because you are like my son. And mother do not take care, do not bother whether it is stool or urine or anything. It is the mother's duty, spontaneous love. So then then the devotee said, if you are so compassionate, you could have cleared away my karma. Why are you giving me this opportunity to suffer? Lord is saying, this is this prarabdha karma which has to be cleansed off, or else you will take one more birth to suffer that karma. So I am trying to reduce that karma. So if there is one thing possible, what I will do is, so till now this 15 days you have accepted, you are supposed to suffer for 1 month. Till today 15 days were over. So I will relieve you from this karma, but that karma which you are supposed to suffer, I will take that suffering. So he, from that day, Lord informs the king that he is sick for 15 days and he goes into isolation. So this is that service called as Anavasara period, in which Lord after Rasnana Yatra, for 15 days he becomes sick. All the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, after taking bath they become sick, and 15 days they are served herbal medicinal drinks so that Lord will recover from his fever. So in that way it is said that that service started in one such devotee through this Madhava Das. One particular reason for that Lord becoming sick, that Anavasara period of 15 days, which was due to this devotee called Madhava Das. So this is one more promise Lord is saying, I assure you, free from all sinful reactions. So the next, one more promise what Krishna had made. This is Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yuddhacha Mayarpita Manobuddhir Mam Evashyasya Asamshayaha. How to attain the Lord is the promise what Krishna is saying here. So Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, in all times and all circumstances, Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara, for those who always think of me in all times and all circumstances. Yuddhacha, and for Arjuna it is specifically your duty is to engage in fighting. Even in fighting, you should think of me. Mayarpita Manobuddhir, with your mind and intelligence surrendered unto me. Mam evashyasi asamshayaha, you will come back to me because you are completely absorbed in me, because you are always thinking of me. I assure you that you will come attain me without a doubt. So this is one more promise Krishna is saying. So always by thinking of the Lord in all times and all circumstances, because we don't know when we will quit this body. And if you are always practiced to think of the Lord, then by thinking of the Lord, we are assured of going back home, back to God. Then one more place Krishna says, he gives the guidance for those who wants to reach him, because Krishna had promised they will reach me. Now we require guidance how to reach, because like some Google should be there, Google Assistant should be there, so that we will be able to reach the Lord. So that assistance, Lord says, that technical assistant that Lord provides. In 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dhadami buddhi yogam tam enamam upayantite. So Tesham satata yuktanam, for those who are constantly engaged in the service of the Lord, bhajatam priti purvakam, engaged in lovingly devotional service, favorable lovingly devotional service, dadami buddhi yogam tam, I give them that specific intelligence, enamam upayantite, by which one can reach the Lord. This is way what Lord is saying, how that specific intelligence is required, Lord provides them. So there was one family, a couple who had no children. So they had been praying to Lord Ramachandra, and after a long tapasya, they had a son by the blessings of the Lord. So they really brought him up in a family. They did not even allow him out of the house. They were continuously giving him the guidance. Mother was continuously teaching him every day the stories of Lord Ramachandra. Rama, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuma, all their characters, he was constantly hearing about them. And because he had been trained in such a way, he had complete faith in that Lord Ramachandra. And family was also very much feeling that if the boy goes out, what will happen to him, if somebody will come and attack or something might happen. So they did not even send him out of the house for many years. So one day this boy, becoming very inquisitive, he came out of the house. He wanted to see Lord Ramachandra. He came out of the house night, dead of the night, without informing his parents, and he started walking. He did not know where to go, and he was walking because he had faith in the Lord, and he was walking. He wanted to have darshan of the Lord. He came to a nearby forest. It was very dense, very dark, which is filled with cruel animals, fierce animals, even ghosts and spirits were there. So when this boy reached one huge tree, one ghost approached him and it said, I am going to feast you upon you. I am going to eat you up. That boy, because he had ardent faith in Lord Ramachandra, he said, you cannot even touch me. My Lord Ramachandra will come and protect me. And he closed his eyes and he was praying to Lord Ramachandra to come. So seeing his sincerity, Lord Ramachandra came as a constable there, Rakshaka Bhatta. So as soon as the ghost could see Lord Ramachandra, he immediately ran away. But by seeing this constable, that constable asked that boy, who are you? Why did you come here? Why are you loitering here? That boy explained that he wanted to have darshan of Lord Ramachandra. Then the Lord, in the form of that constable, picked that boy, took him on a boat nearby, crossed to the other side of the river, and there was one old temple of Lord Ramachandra, and he left that boy there. The boy, it was in the dead of the night, he went there and he slept up. Next day morning, the priest, when he saw that small boy, he took pity on that boy, he took him inside the temple and he was giving him shelter. And he was giving him complete guidance, and boy was also supporting that pujari there in doing the worship of that deities of Lord Ramachandra there, Sita, Ramachandra, Lakshmana and Hanuman. So that boy was also very nicely engaged in the service, and this old man was also teaching him how to offer, how to do all the basic things and all. The boy was also picking up all the aspects. So one day this boy had, this old man had some other duty to be performed, so he had to go to a nearby place, some emergency. He informed the boy how to do Naivedya, how to do the process of worship, all these things and all. So next day morning he was very excited because he got the opportunity to serve the Lord directly. So he went, took bath, brushed his morning rituals and all he had finished for himself. Then he brought the bhoga and he had offered in front of the Lord, and he offered the mantras, and boy was thinking that the Lord will personally come and honor the food. But the Lord was not coming. After some time he came back, the plate was as it is. Then he started singing, praying, desperately crying. Then the Lord was not responding. The food was as it is. Finally he said, Lord, if you are very much uncomfortable, then if you don't accept this food, I am going to kill myself. When this boy threatened like that, Lord could not do anything but physically come there. And when he came there, he made the Lord to accept the food. So from that day, it became a daily ritual that every day he used to wake up the Lord, give them the toothbrush so that they could wash their toothbrush, teeth, then they should brush their teeth, then he used to give them water for cleaning their body, then taking bath, all these things and all. That boy was physically getting it done. He was giving them naivedya and they were all physically eating everything and all. So there one day before Ram Navami, a nearby person from the village came to the temple and said, "My dear sir, every year your head pujari used to organize a grand Annadanam. So will this year that Annadanam happen or not?" So this boy assured, "Yes, it will happen. Why it will not happen? Even though my master is not there, we will do this Annadanam very grandly." And that person very happily went away and announced to the entire public that tomorrow there is a festival, everybody should come and accept the Annadanam there and participate in the festival. So this boy was, when he went next in front of the deity for offering, the Lord Ramachandra asked him, "Are you promised and you are such a small man, how will you be able to take care?" He said, "Boy, you are there to take care. No, why I should be bothering when you are there?" So now it is because Lord had promised, Lord has committed, now he has to take care. So Lord was standing there and Sita Mata was personally cooking and Hanuman and Lakshmana were doing all, bringing all the ingredients, doing all the basic work, and Lord is guiding everyone, all these things, everything was going on very nicely. Next time morning there were huge crowds coming and this boy was sitting in one place and he is seeing how the things are happening. He is also taking part in small jobs, what he could do, and he was in a very enjoyment, jovial mode. The master, the old man had reached there and he saw so many people happening, so many things. He thought somebody had taken over his temple and somebody had occupied all this temple. But when he saw the small boy running around and doing all the small jobs, he called the small boy and he said, "What happened? Did somebody come and occupy our temple or what?" He said, "No, what is happening?" He said, "Every year you used to do Annadanam, we are doing the Annadanam, we are doing arrangements." "Then who is cooking? How are you able to manage?" "Lord Ramachandra himself is cooking. See, Lord Ramachandra is standing there. Sita Mata is in the kitchen. She is cooking. Hanuman and Lakshmana, they are bringing all the ingredients and everything. They are doing all for the cooking, sabji cutting, water, the firewood, everything. They are all arranging all these things and all." The elderly pujari was not able to perceive, but things were happening and all these things. People came there. When they ate the food, they all experienced the festival in a very unique way, which is something different for every year. Then that old man could perceive that he had devotion, but he had no faith in the deities. That the small boy had faith in the deities and he was able to perceive the Lord. And the Lord was also personally there and he was guiding that boy and everything was happening very nicely. So with this, we can understand how Lord has promised and Lord gives that assurance that he is ready for his devotees and we have to take that intelligence how to reach to him. Then one more promise we see, this is Krishna had given in Bhagavad Gita. Mat karmakrin mat paramo mat bhakta sangavarjitaha nirvairaha sarvabhuteshu yas samameti pandavaha. Mat karmakrin, engaging in all my activities in pure devotional service. Mat paramaha, accepting me as the superior. Mat bhaktaha, becoming my devotee. Sangavarjitaha, free from all unwanted association. Nirvairaha, free from enviousness. Sarvabhuteshu, friendly to all living entities. Yassa mameti pandava, one will easily approach me. So in this way, Lord had promised that he will, it is by engaging in devotional service, free from contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculations, he who is friendly to all living entities will assuredly come back to the Lord. This is one promise what Krishna is saying. So similarly, Lord Narasimhadeva also had promised in Narasimha Purana, there is one shloka which says, "Tvan prapannosmi sharanam deva deva janardana itiya sharanam prapta stam kleshad uddharayami aham." Tvam prapannosmi, if somebody comes and says, "I am surrendered unto you, Sharanam, I have accepted your shelter, Deva Deva Janardana, oh my dear Lord Janardana, oh Supreme Lord, Itiya Sharanam Praptas, I give them that shelter, Tam Kleshad Uddarami Aham, I will protect him from all sorts of calamities." And this is my word, this is that I protect my devotee. Similarly, Lord Ramachandra in Ramayana also gives this specific promise. He says, "Sakrat deva prapanno yas tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama." The Supreme Lord, it is my eternal principle that if every living entity comes and accepts my shelter, Sakrat eva prapannosmi, even once, tavasmi iti cha yachate, if he comes and says, "I am yours," he says, once also, in either jokingly or seriously, if a person comes and accepts my shelter and he says, from today I am yours, abhayam sarvada tasmai, I give him fearlessness always. Dadami etad vratam mama, and this is my promise. So this is the specific promise in Ramayana what we come across when war was about to happen. Vibhishana, he had split away from his brother Ravana and comes to accept shelter of Lord Ramachandra. So at that time, Lord Ramachandra was asking all the other monkey chiefs whether to accept Vibhishana or not. So Sugriva was very fearful because he said, this is a trap. Ravana wanted his brother to sit here so that he could get all the spice and all the leak, all the information and everything and all. So in that way, we should not keep him here. I suggest we tie him up. So after hearing all the other things, Hanuman said, no, I know he is a better personality. He is the only person who stood on behalf of me. When Ravana wanted to punish me, he said, no, you have to follow the rule, you cannot punish him. So this is that one person whom I have faith. So he is worthy to be given shelter. This is one person like that, Lord Ram, he promises to Lord Ramachandra. So at that time, Lord Ramachandra was also very happy, and he explains one story. So Lord Ramachandra said, once there was a couple of pigeons, a male and female, living on a tree. One day a hunter came there, he shot the female bird, and the male bird was left alone with these arrows, and female was killed. After some time, after some months passed, after one rainy day, the hunter came to the same tree. He was drenched, shivering in cold. He was very hungry because he could not get any food from hunting. The male pigeon was sitting on the top of the tree. So to get rid of the cold, the hunter had lit some fire near the tree. On seeing that the hunter was starving from hunger, the pigeon decided to serve the guest by falling into the fire and became the hunter's food. So Lord Ramachandra stopped here, turned towards Sugriva, and he said, the male and female pigeon are myself and Sita Devi. Ravana is the hunter. In this story, the female pigeon was killed, but Sita was only kidnapped, that's all. In this story, the same hunter came back to the tree, but here only Ravana's brother had come. The hunter did not come to surrender, but here Vibhishana had come to surrender to me. In this story, the pigeon had to give up his life, but here I don't have to give up his life, I just have to accept him. Then Lord Ramachandra continued, Sugriva, if Ravana had killed Sita and had come here, but not surrendered to me, and if I had given up my life, even then the whole world would say, what is the big deal? All that Ramachandra did was nothing more than the pigeon, what that pigeon did. I do not want to become lower than a pigeon. Saying this, Lord Ramachandra gave shelter to Vibhishana. And he said, because Sugriva said, yes, we should tie him up, we should bind him up. Lord Ramachandra said, yes, I will bind him up in my embrace. I will completely take care of him. I will completely give him that shelter. So in this way, Lord Ramachandra had given that promise, and he had accepted by that promise, and he had abided by that promise. So there is one more story in which we come across, a little in a funny way. There is one devotee by name Raghu Das. He is one great devotee of Lord Jagannatha. He used to be in a very friendly mood with the Lord, and Lord also used to play pranks with him. One day Lord came in the dead of the night, because after the resting of the deities, the Lord came from there, and he woke up Raghu Das, and he said, my dear Raghu, let us come, let us go out. I wanted to eat jackfruit. So Raghu said, okay, now if you are asking jackfruit dead of the night, how it is possible? Tomorrow morning I will get one jackfruit and I will offer it to you. No, Balram, no, then Lord Jagannatha said, no, I want right now, we will do one thing, we will go and steal some of the jackfruits and we will eat there. Then Raghu said, what is the point for you to steal? We will get it tomorrow morning. No, you don't know. Mother Yashoda will feed me so much butter, but still, why I go and steal in the houses of the gopis this butter and all? Because there is an extra taste when you steal and when you eat that. So today we are going to experience that taste. So let us come with me. So he has to abide by the orders of the Lord. He went with the Lord. So they went to the garden. They saw the specific jackfruit tree which has very fruits. Lord said, now you climb to the top of the tree, identify the biggest jackfruit which is very ripened, very sweet, and you cut it and throw it to me. I will catch it. Then we will eat it. So Raghudas, as ordered by the Lord, climbed the tree, identified that specific jackfruit which is that very ripened one. And when he informed the Lord, are you ready? Lord said, yes. He cut that fruit and he threw it. And next moment, Lord vanished there. The fruit fell down and it made a huge sound. Then the gatekeeper who was there, who could understand, some thieves had come to steal the jackfruits. When he came there, he saw the jackfruit was right on the floor. It was open and he saw nobody was there. But when he saw on the top, Raghudas was sitting there. Then he became very confused because Raghudas was a respectful devotee and he went immediately to the king, woke the king and said, sir, my dear sir, Raghudas has come to steal the jackfruit. And he is still sitting on the top of the tree. So when the king came with all his people there, when he saw the Raghudas there, he said, my dear sir, please come down. So when he came down, he had asked, sir, what is this? Why are you doing this stealing and all? If you wanted to, you should have updated me. I would have sent the jackfruit to your house itself. Then Raghu said, no, this is not what I have done. This is what Lord Jagannatha had played prank upon me. Jagannatha had asked me to climb and he wanted to eat the jackfruit. When I went and I plucked the jackfruit, when I threw, he vanished and he wanted to play pranks on me. When everybody heard this, everybody started laughing. But the devotion of Lord, that Raghudas, was so great. So in that way, Lord, he is there as our friend, he is there as our father, and he is there as our, like what you say, he is there as our well-wisher. In various ways, he is participant in various angles. So he is giving us all these opportunities is to associate with him, to get to know him, to serve him, so that we all can go back home, back to Godhead, and enjoy that eternal association with the Lord in the spiritual world. So this is our gratitude towards our material father, because they have given us this life by which we are able to practice this spirituality. They have given us this opportunity to engage in the service of the Lord. We thank our material father also, and we thank our eternal father, and we thank our eternal guru Srila Prabhupada, that by their mercy we are able to engage in the service of our eternal father. And this is a great opportunity for us to convey our regards, and we accept that subservient as their sons, and we accept their shelter, and we accept their blessings, so that one day we'll go back to them and serve them. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Swami ki jai, Shri Nithai Gauran ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.